I'm not going to hide the identity of these two videos that you're about to see just because I want to see people's feelings and reactions to what these two individuals have said. There is a video that you're going to see that is somewhere, I'd say half point of the initial video, where I do hide their identity only because I don't want to say afraid, but I'm not taking any chances when it comes to Nazis.
So this hood booger is talking shit, and he posts a photo of me, and he says, "The Supreme." Bro, I'm glad that you recognize that I am part of the Supreme race, that we are supremacists for a reason. There's some truth in that. I'm glad you finally noticed that, and maybe it's time you're a little bit more appreciative for the things that white people have given you, like a cell phone in which you can type these dumb comments with, or an English language in which you use every day. You're living in our society, bro. We created it. Slaves didn't build shit. We built this fucking country, and we are the supreme ones that did it. So it's time you fucking recognize that, and I'm glad that you are. I'm glad that you're recognizing that we are part of the supreme race. So thank you. It's about time you're a little bit more appreciative instead of being a little prick about it.
Slavery wasn't that bad. Trump is absolutely right. He didn't say slavery wasn't bad. He said it wasn't that bad. And the Smithsonian is in the wrong for this, baby. Because they out here spreading all these rumors and lies. They're exaggerating it like Hollywood does in the movies. Everybody didn't own slaves. Every state didn't participate in slavery. Everybody wasn't rich enough to own slaves. But yes, America did participate in slavery like every other country and continent at that time. But it wasn't as bad as the media portrays it. It's almost as exaggerated as the Wild West is in Hollywood. You know, they act like the Wild West was just gunslinging every day and gunfighting, and you had to watch out for your life and nobody was safe. And we all know that's a bunch of made up BS, and the Wild West wasn't as bad as that. So y'all think they ain't made up slavery? Y'all need to quit talking about this shit. I mean, that was a long time ago. We're in 2025, but it wasn't that bad, people.
You come across somebody talking about something because they're an internet expert, you need to triple check that. I didn't say double, I said triple check what they said is true, because a lot of them will pitch what they're saying as truth. And a lot of the times they're telling you half the truth or a flat out lie. Triple check. And I just wanted to say this, is that I don't think people realize that they are thrown in a bubble when it comes to social media. Because I've had multiple TikTok accounts, and each time it threw me into a bubble. And what I see is people giving blanket statements saying, this isn't happening, that is happening. You have to wake up and look at your surroundings in real life and ask yourself, is this happening to me? But you can't go out there and say that it's not happening to somebody else. And I think that's a major issue, because a lot of people think that they'll see something on the internet and that it's happening everywhere. And that's not the case. But being that you think that it's happening everywhere, now your mind, now your brain is, I'm going to go argue that and say that it's not happening at all. That's the issue right there, that it's not happening at all. When it is happening, it just might not be happening where you're at. So yeah, TikTok is a major contributor to throwing people in bubbles and having you brainwashed, thinking that something is reality or not. Step outside of the bubble. What it do, folks? It is your host, Sensei, on Popcorn and Pork Rinds YouTube channel, and let's have a conversation. So, you probably have noticed that, again, not really too much on TikTok. I might ramble a little bit, and this is going to be raw and uncut, so you got to bear with me. But that place is crawling with Nazis, with racists, with bigots, the whole nine. And it feels like it is a uphill battle. Trying to face these people, or scratching your head, why are they here? Or with the people saying, oh, just ignore it. Ignoring it does not make it go away. It shouldn't be there to begin with. But there's been a lot that's going on. My question is, are you afraid of what's going on? And if you are,
what are you doing to prepare for it, or what are you doing to combat it? Because la 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 la, sticking your head in the sand and all that other stuff isn't going to do anything. So what are you actively doing besides barking on the internet or living in fear? Are you being proactive? See, me on the other hand I'm susceptible to all of those things because, yeah, I have feelings and, I react certain ways and I'm not saying I'm perfect, Let's look at what's happening in America specifically. I see so much infighting, a lot of misinformation, AI running rampant. Again, have y'all seen the Jubilee thing? I know every time that happens, there's I don't believe that talking to people that have already made up their minds is worth it. Physically, you have to go and do something at that point. Talking's done. Talking is over. Talk is cheap. But that's what I see. A lot of talking, no action. But again, a lot of people feel, why isn't this happening? Why isn't that happening? Think about it. How many people in your whole entire life, let's say you're 90 years old, do you think that you have met 1 million people in your life? So to think that things aren't happening, it's kind of wild because you haven't met everybody and you haven't seen everything. That's why, with my feelings and the way that I look at it, is you might not see it in your area, your vicinity. So if you don't, you should probably start doing those things in order to start those things happening, because you want to be the change that you want to see. You can't come out with blanket statements and say this isn't happening, that isn't happening. You can only say what you have experienced, what you have seen yourself. Do I walk outside and do I see racists and do I see Confederate flags and all this other stuff? No. But it would be crazy of me to sit here and say that it doesn't exist. Just like people's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I've never experienced racism. Good for you. Because I have. Staunch. But I cannot sit here and say that certain things don't exist just because I haven't had the experience. And a lot of people do that I've seen. So I guess what I'm getting at is you got to be the change that you want to see. And are you preparing to make that sacrifice yourself? I think people are afraid to die for it. Not me. I've already faced death many times, and I'll do it again.